The worst is when you're getting beat and you're crying and they tell you to stop crying, and then you go into hiccup silent mode where you're like and like as your soul is leaving your body. Yeah. That's when you know,
become mute.
That's when you know, like, they've beaten the ancestors, the lineage out of you. I like that. I like that. I like that. Loush, Ibby, and you. We got some more comedy for your eyes and ears, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we continue, I have to do a disclaimer. All right? Just reading the topic. What is the title of today's video?
Beat your kids. No, it's not like beat them right now. No. We
don't obviously condone physical violence, but we're going to watch this comedic act. You know, I'm sure Russell Peters is going to deliver some of the cultural elements that exist in terms of how kids are being raised and the use of force, abuse versus discipline, which is a conversation we can have in another video. It's not something I condone. It's not something that I do to my son. And I just needed to get that out there because, you know, I just don't want anybody looking at this as though we condone the behavior, but it's been included in this act. We've been physically touched in our upbringing. And
I'm glad, bro. Honestly, like it made me the man I am today.
Exactly. And I feel like I have my thoughts around discipline versus abuse and the use of force and whatnot. But anyways.
Now, white folks, I hope you've enjoyed yourselves tonight so far. And now, I've talked about white people a lot already, and but I got to talk to you a little bit more because I got to talk to you about your parenting skills.
Everyone's like, yeah.
Every time I see it on the news, I get really irritated when I hear them. You shouldn't beat your children. Don't beat your kids. Talk to them.
Well,
give them a timeout. Beat the mother. That's what I'm trying to tell you. White folks, please beat your children, because non-white parents will beat their kids. Your dad's Puerto Rican, your mom's black. They must have whooped your ass for no reason sometimes, huh?
Just in case.
Hey, son, come here. What's that for? I know you did some shit when I wasn't here. Mexican parents will do that. Mira.
Just flinch.
They'll beat you, man. Indian parents aren't afraid to kill their kids if they have to. You know what I mean? We're the second largest population in the world. Reproduction's not a big deal. My dad's theory was, if I get rid of one, I'll just make another one. Then I'm going to tell the new one what an idiot the last one was. You gotta beat your kids, folks, please. And I know a lot of white people don't beat them, and I don't understand why you won't beat your kids. Please beat them. If you have kids and you haven't beaten them, when you go home tonight, shit, when you turn off this DVD, I want you to go into your kid's room and, hey, buddy, how you doing? Hey, sleeping? Yeah? Oh, that's good. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Whack! Just one, a little whack, you know? He's already lying there, he'll sleep it off. Don't worry about it, all right?
He'll sleep it off.
100%.
You gotta beat them, and I'll tell you why. Because white kids are now going to school with black kids and brown kids and Asian kids, and they're going to school with multicultural kids. And all those kids get beaten. And they'll all be hanging around the playground having fun with each other, you know what I mean? And they'll be talking about the ass whooping they got last night. Black, if my dad beat my ass, and you go, my dad beat my ass too? I got my ass whooped. Do you want that white kid to feel left out? Beat him so he's not a social outcast. I got sent to my room.
It's like a public service announcement for white parents.
A room?
You got a room? I wish you got me one of those. You have your own room?
Beat them, please, and I'll tell you why you need to beat them. Why else? Because when white kids hang around non-white kids, we tend to look at them for advice. And it could get us murdered if we listen to their f***ed up advice on how to deal with our parents.
Stand up to your parents, man.
I remember when I was 10 years old, I hung around this little white kid, Ryan. Ryan's parents never beat him, and they never even yelled at him. He could do anything he wanted, and nothing was going to happen to him. But he was an angry kid. We walked into his house after school one day. His mom goes, "Ryan, go clean your room." F you, bitch!
So much rage. Look at that face. I had a white friend too growing up, and I can I can vouch for that.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I was like, every time I went over, it was like, I know that I will physically be untouched for the next little while.
Yep.
But even when I went to like my Arab friend's house, it was like that was a pass for the parent to whoop me too if I was acting up.
Honestly, yeah.
Community whooping, you know?
The mom will call the other mom and be like, "You have my permission?"
Yeah. Use the pink slipper, that one hurts more. Just so mad.
His mom goes, "What am I going to do with him?" Beat his ass. I go, "Ryan, you can't talk to your mom like that." "Yes, I can. She's a idiot." "Don't say that, man. She'll hit you." "No, she won't. She's not allowed to."
What?
What are you talking about, dude? My parents hit me. "Yeah, well, next time they try it, you tell them to f*** off."
Oh my God.
Great advice, buddy.
Are you sure?
Honestly.
Trust me, it works for me. So I went home. For the last time. I walked in the house, my dad goes, "Russell, come and do the dishes." F*** you, Dad.
Oh my God. Even just the mere thought of that.
Oh my God.
It's not even something that I can legitimately forget about fantasy or reality. It's like not even a thought process of mine.
I would have been on the ground and all I would see is the entire Looney Tunes cast whirling over my head, bro.
Like the stars?
That's it, bro. Done.
Yeah. And then the Warner Brothers theme song.
Oh my God.
They're all like, "Well, that's the end, folks."
That's all, folks.
Yeah.
Coatis.
Yeah, just... We're not gonna take it.
What the hell did you just say to me? Do I look like Ryan's mom? Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Yes. That's like his classic, eh?
Yeah.
That was my dad's threat. Right before he'd beat me, every single time. "Russell, somebody gonna get hurt real bad."
It's like somebody.
I hated that threat. You know why? Because he'd always say somebody. He'd never tell you it was you. I mean, you knew it was you. But he'd give you this hope.
This little shred. Small glimmer.
"Russell, I'm not gonna say who." "Oh, I think you might know him very well." I'm in the back praying, I hope it's my brother, man. Please beat Julio's ass.
Julio.
I saw that little brat Ryan at school a few days later. I was like, "Yo, your little plan almost got me killed." He goes, "Oh, sorry, dude. I forgot to tell you the other part. If he's still gonna hit you, threaten to phone child services. Because if you phone child services, they'll come and take your dad away and he'll get in trouble. You won't even have to call. Just pretend. It'll scare the shit out of him." You're 10 years old, you figure out how to scare the shit out of your dad? That's like finding kryptonite.
Yeah. That's true.
Thought I'd try it. I was about to get my next beating, I stopped my dad and go, "Don't do it!" I'll phone child services.
What would happen to you if you ever brought that up in your house?
That did happen.
It did?
Yeah. By mistake, though.
Okay.
Okay, just like my dad has the heaviest accent. I got in trouble at school.
Okay.
I was about to get suspended. Principal calls my dad. My dad loses it.
On you?
No, like on the phone. He was just very mad.
Wait.
So I was in the hallway. Principal comes out. She's like, "Okay, I'm going to send you home for the day." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "I have a question for you." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Did your dad beat you?" I'm like,
Oh.
"No."
You're playing with fire there, lady. He's about to beat us both.
Even if he did, if I'm gonna tell you, like, what kind of a question is that?
I'm sorry, like, abuse doesn't come with communication skills.
So I go home, and children's aids are at my house. I'm like, what the frig is going on?
What?
So what ended up happening was when my dad was on the phone with the principal, and she asked him what he's gonna do. He wanted to say, I'm gonna punish him, like,
oh, I'm gonna punch him,
like in trouble. She heard punch. I'm like, oh my god,
a big punch is about to happen now here in this house. The biggest punch ever.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
That's crazy though.
We
They actually showed up.
Yeah, we laughed it off later. Nothing.
What happened?
We just explained what happened.
What do you mean? My dad said punish. He meant punish.
Yeah,
not punch.
Yeah.
Then they left.
Well, what are they gonna do?
But did they know what punish meant?
Yeah.
Which is even worse than fix. I mean, the irony here is that Children's Aid left, Child Services left the house thinking, oh, he's just going to punish them. Not knowing...
Actually, nothing happened to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like literally, like we laughed at it afterwards.
I've never been struck by a hand before. We're talking wooden spoons, we're talking belts, slippers.
I'm waiting for that one that you haven't said yet. Nothing is worse than the extension cord.
Oh, really?
Oh.
You got the extension cord?
Bro!
Yeah, you must have been a bad kid.
I was the biggest...
You needed it.
Like, shit disturber ever.
Yeah. You
hands
needed
down.
that detention cord. You needed that. I get it, bro. I get it.
Yeah,
the worst is when you're getting beat and you're crying and they tell you to stop crying and then you go into hiccup silent mode where you're like... and like as your soul is leaving your body.
Yeah.
That's when you know,
you become
like,
mute.
That's when you know, like, they've beaten the ancestors, the lineage out of you, and you're now tapping into like this like tribal.
Oh my God.
It's usually the when it's concluding, you know.
Had your parents call your bluff?
And then they keep hitting you because you're crying like that.
Yeah.
You'll do what? I'll phone Child Services. Is that right?
As if they give you a house, that's crazy.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, let me get you the phone, tough guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's calling his bluff.
What are you doing? If I phone Child Services, you'll get in trouble. I might get into a little bit of trouble. But I know that it's going to take them 22 minutes to get here. In that time, somebody gonna get a hurt real bad.
Oh yeah, you're done, bro.
Thank you very much.
Game over.
If you're literally gonna phone Child Services, imagine the beating you're gonna get, knowing that they're on their way.
Oh.
Like the grand finale of beatings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brings some flashbacks there. Definitely some PTSD. Well, again, we gotta mention it. We don't condone it, but culturally speaking, we've been brought up to be disciplined a little bit more than my friend Luke and Evan did not have these issues.
Why would they?
And you know what I mean? If the kid's acting up, guys, don't be shy, you know, just a little nudge, just a quick elbow.
Yeah.
Usually just softens them up a little bit, gets them in the zone. Like we're play wrestling a little bit. You know, play wrestle with your kid, teach them some moves, and sometimes just sneak in a quick one and be like, oops.
Yeah, just like the WWE, you know, you don't actually hit them.
Yeah, until they really feel it. And then it's bedtime anyways.